War. War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the US ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes.
Cade won't clear me for duty yet. To think he's giving me orders now.
I prefer laser weapons myself. It's a cleaner shot. And leaves that memorable ozone smell behind.
Hey, Paladin.
Attention. Any soldiers who have not yet received a field assignment from Proctor Tegan should speak to him at once. That is all.
Never did like this rust bucket. Oh, sure, the Pridwin's a fine ship, but...
You're an inspiration to us all,
Proctor.
Paladin.
You look like
Do
you've
us
been
proud.
through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
If we're gonna defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxon. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
How can the beryllium agitator start up his reactor?
If Prime's reactor is a campfire, the beryllium agitator is like a match. Strike it, throw it on the logs, and the whole thing ignites. Fusion reactors need a massive power surge in order to get the reaction started. Once it starts, it's self-sustaining. I'm sure I could get one of my scribes to bore you to death with the details, but you get the gist.
And I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
It's your funeral.
Well, with a big bad soldier like you watching my back, that's not gonna happen now, is it? Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the mass fusion tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
Taking down Paladin Dance must have been a tough order to follow. We're in your debt.
Taking on a Deathclaw without backup is a great way to get yourself killed.
Last person that disobeyed Captain Kells ended up scraping rust off the Pridwin's hull from the outside.
Roger that, Scabbard. We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. The drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.
Hostile targets sighted on the roof, sir. Prepare to engage.
Damn synths are crawling all over the place. Thin them out before we drop.
Damage, sir. I'll get us above the roof so you can bail out.
Targeting sensors fully operational.
We're in position. Go! Go! See you on the roof.
team, eliminating all hostiles. Upper wing. Clean.
Seems clear.
Have to
Not
find a
getting down
card.
that way. Looks like the elevator needs some kind of a key card. Keycard, eh? Bet that's gonna come in handy. Damn. I don't see the agitator anywhere. It must have been moved. Let's check out that terminal over there.
Calm down, Noel. You knew that this was coming. I don't understand why you're acting this way.
Don't tell me to calm down, Carl. When we started designing the beryllium agitator, you said it would be for the benefit of mankind. Instead, I find out that you have been planning on turning it over to the military all along. You lied to me.
Don't give me that high and mighty attitude. Have you picked up a newspaper lately? There's a war going on out there, Doctor. And if our side's going to win, it needs all the help it can get.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Since when did science start taking sides? What did they promise you, Carl? Money? Political favors? A goddamn medal?
That's enough. Like it or not, when the testing cycle is completed, I'm crating up the agitator and sending it off to Washington. Now, you have two choices. Either you can get back to work, or you can get the hell out of my building.
Going down. Hostile sensor reading. Detected. Curious.
Here! What was that?
Your termination is inevitable.
Caught you! fire!
Initiated.
Target reacquired! Target down!
Detonating explosive charge.
Damn it! They've knocked out the power to the elevators! Something's... Target located!
You must be terminated. You are the Institute forces multiplying.
For the
Systems.
Brotherhood!
Excellent. Bad idea.
There, that's done it. Power's back online.
That's it.
We could always drop through here. Might not be as cushy as an elevator ride, but at least we'll be headed in the right direction.
Going down.
Is someone present?
Lobby.
What's that?
Terminating with extreme prejudice.
It would appear my target has disappeared.
There it is. Mass Fusion's reactor. Don't make them like that anymore. Radiation levels are dangerously high in there. Let me know if you need any radiation protection. I'll communicate with you through their intercom system, while I monitor everything from out here.
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
Looks pretty dangerous in there. You have enough radiation protection on you?
Nope. Do you?
Yeah, I have some with me. You really need to be more prepared for these things. I have 2 Rad-X ampules, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. You know, this was a nuclear research facility. If you look around, I'm sure you can find something that'll do the trick.
Now cycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
The beryllium agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor. The building
Security alert in the reactor chamber. Emergency lockdown initiated. Please wait. Decontamination complete.
Proctor Ingram?
Amazing that this tower is still standing. Hope it stays that way while we're here.
Commencing lawful use of deadly force.
Analysis. Yellow.
Throwing
Continuing
weapons
lethal
forward.
force neutralization operation. Threat analysis. Green. Standing down.
Area secure.
Sensor alert. Anomaly detected. Engaging.
Attention. This is now a combat zone. You may suffer.
Lockdown ended.
The Institute must have sent reinforcements. I'll help hold them off. Just make sure you get the agitator out of here.
Movement detected. Curious.
Take him!
Engaging hostile flight ahead. Is someone present? I am.
How interesting.
Commencing termination of organic life form.
Sensor anomaly detected. Keep...
Tango down.
Hey there.
Thanks for the assist, sir. Damn ferals. Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
There's plenty to fix aboard this ship. How did it ever get in such a state?
I was able to keep the Institute from getting their hands on the beryllium agitator.
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
I wouldn't have made it without your help.
That's funny. I seem to remember having to talk you into letting me come along. Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking. We've got a lot of work to do. Well, this is it. The moment of truth. We've pre-programmed Liberty Prime's battle coordinates into his navigational processor. As soon as he's under his own power, he'll head straight for the Institute. Elder Maxon wants you to follow, and make sure he arrives at the CIT in one piece. I've checked every wire and every bolt on the big guy. All we need to do is plug in the agitator, start Prime's reactor, and cross our fingers.
Did you fill up his tank and check the tire pressure too?
You're a real comedian. Anyone ever tell you that? Look, I discussed it with Elder Maxon, and we think you should be the one who has the honor of starting Liberty Prime. Just plug the beryllium agitator into his reactor port, then head back down here and press the transfer button. Good luck, Paladin. Ad Victoriam.